Keep it to that. That'd be helpful.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm not going to take long. I know that everyone's ready to vote and knows how they're going to vote. But I've had quite a few constituents call me over the course of this session as we've had several debates on this issue and ask, why didn't you stand up and say something? Everybody that's opposed to what y'all are trying to do is in the well and talking about this issue. Why haven't you spoken on behalf of those of us that want to see this reform take place? And so that's why I'm here today. And I just want to start out by saying that we are a nation of laws, not men. A nation of laws, not men. And if you look at the U.S. Constitution, there are precious few things that our federal government is supposed to do. But one of the things that it is expressly commanded to do is to secure our borders and provide for a common defense. And I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, that the federal government has failed miserably in that constitutional obligation. It has abdicated its responsibility. They've walked off the job. And so what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to just throw up our hands and say, well, the federal government's not exercising its responsibilities, so we're just going to suffer the consequences. At a certain point, you have to take action. And that's what happened in Arizona. Phoenix was becoming the kidnapping capital of the United States. Criminal activity is rampant. The expenses, which have already been talked about eloquently by the senator from the 45th, and all the legislation before us does is enforce existing federal law. I would submit to those of you who would like to see the federal law change to contact Washington, see about having that changed. But we're not doing anything but enforcing the federal law on the books that the federal government refuses to enforce. And the overwhelming majority of Americans and Georgians, particularly people who are first-generation legal immigrants to this country, want to see our laws obeyed and our laws honored. And that's what this debate is about. As far as law enforcement enforcing these laws, I know a lot of the law enforcement folks in my district. I know the sheriffs, I know the chiefs of police, and I know the rank and file folks in law enforcement. And they're not bigots, they're not racists, they're well trained to enforce the law, and they'll be well trained to enforce this law. There's no question in my mind that adoption of this legislation is going to address in a meaningful way the very serious problem of illegal immigration in the state of Georgia. And how are we going to do it? Very simply, by honoring and enforcing our laws, because we are a nation of laws, not men. And that's what this debate should be about. And with that, Mr. President, I'll yield the well.